Okay, the seated lateral raise, very common exercise for shoulders, fantastic, but I see it butchered all the time with poor technique. So, seated, now you can have a backrest if you want it, you don't necessarily need it, okay? We want to rely on our posture to perform this exercise, and we also want to rely on the fact that we can hold our posture in place. So, I always like to go to the edge of the bench. I like to have my feet firmly planted on the ground to create the stability from the ground up, okay? Next step is obviously dumbbells, seated lateral raise with a dumbbell. We want to be nice and tall. We don't want to be hunched over. We don't want to have our shoulders roll forward. We want to start in the right position. The next step is you want to imagine that you're driving the weight up with your elbows, okay? So what that means is I'm using my elbow to lift the weight, okay? Because I see a lot of people, they start to do these ones where they're driving through their wrist, okay? They start to do these ones where the weight's coming up later. You're using your biceps to do that, using your forearms. We want to generate the movement through the elbow. That's the key point here. The other thing is to keep the dumbbell horizontal to the ground the whole time, okay? We're not trying to drive it up that way. We're trying to keep it horizontal so that we use the entire lateral deltoid. That's the point. That's what's called a lateral raise. Not only is it based on the movement, it's also based on the muscle we're targeting, the lateral deltoid, which is the big side delt, basically. So that's your movement there. I'll see a lot of people start to swing. If you swing in heaps, it's too heavy or you're too fatigued. Now, a little bit of swing is okay because we've got to have that trade-off period, right? Where if you're doing 3 or 4, 5 sets of say 15, swing's going to come into it because you're not going to be able to get the reps out otherwise, which is fine. But if you're swinging from the start, you're taking away the work that the shoulder is meant to do, okay? So nice and tall, chest up always, and just allow yourself to the weight go all the way back down so we create elongation, back up. You don't have to go up here. It's just above the horizontal to ensure we're using the entire part of the muscle. So if I sit straight on so the camera can see, straight up, elbows come up, so we're horizontal. It's like there's a coat hanger through my shirt, right? That's the movement we want to simulate. We're not trying to do these ones, we're not trying to do these ones. It's straight up like that. That is your standard, stock standard, seated lateral raise. If you want a backrest, that's fine, but rely on your core to stabilize yourself and you'll get some good shoulder pumps out of that.